Alright, so we are here with Tony Portaro of legendary Whiplash.
That's right.
And Tony's gonna tell us the Whiplash story, so where did it all start for you?
Back in 1984, we got together in New Jersey. Myself and Tony Scaglione and Tony Bono, 3 Tonys.
That's right.
And we signed, we had record contracts from 6 different labels, and we ended up signing with Roadrunner. And we released the album Power and Pain.
Yes.
And then, once the album was out, we did our first show at Ruthie's Inn in Berkeley, California. And Metallica was there, including Cliff Burton. And Gary Holt from Exodus was the first time I met him. And it was very exciting. And then we came back to Jersey and we did some more shows in the East, and even came to the Midwest where we are now.
How did you feel the album did?
I think it did really well. We were told by one of the record executives from Roadrunner back in the day that it sold between 40,000 and 60,000 albums. So back then they didn't have any barcoding. So we really didn't get paid for what we deserved for that album, which was really discouraging.
Because the reviews were amazing back then. Whoever had this album loved it, but it seems like not too many people knew that record.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but we were also on the label with Carnivore.
Yeah.
And Pete Steele sang background vocals on 1 or 2 songs, and also 2 of the guys from Agnostic Front, Roger and Vinny Stigma. Which was really fun. And there's a good story behind that, because Pete Steele, when we all were around the microphone, and his voice, and it was so powerful that the producer made him take like 2 steps back compared to everyone else, because he could sing so loud.
Wow.
It was amazing. And then we went on after Power and Pain with the 3-piece Tonys with Tony Scaglione. We got Joe Cangelosi for the Ticket to Mayhem album.
And there it is. Another excellent album.
Thanks. And that was when Tony Scaglione did like a 7-week tour playing drums with Slayer. And then Joe stuck with the band, and we came out. I decided to get a singer in the band because I never really liked my voice that much, and I just could never find somebody to sing the way I wanted the songs done. So, and since we got good reviews on the demos, I decided to do it for the first 2 albums, but then got Glenn Hansen to sing on Insult to Injury.
Alright. How did that change the dynamics of the band?
It did a lot, because, you know, I think if you change any other instrumentation in the band, it wouldn't change it as much as a vocal, the lead vocal, you know, so it did change it a lot. And my songwriting and guitar leads were evolving at the time also, you know, but now we're back to 3-piece and back to the roots of Whiplash, and we have an album nearly finished, but it's been nearly finished for a long time, so I'm not sure if we're going to get over this roadblock that we've hit at this point. And then we took a long time off because we weren't happy with the deal we had with the label and everything, and we came back with the Cult of One album.
That's right. Now, I'm not sure that was even released in the United States, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
It was.
Because I got it as an import.
Then we were 5-piece.
Okay. And how did things evolve into the 5-piece?
You know, it never hit the same status and popularity. None of the albums did as Power and Pain. That is still the fan favorite album. But I hope this new album will change that. And we had Scaglione back for this album.
Now, speaking of Tony Scaglione, when he went to drum for Slayer, did that bring a lot of attention for Whiplash?
Yeah, somewhat, I believe so. Yeah, I'm sure, because any, you know, Slayer, Metallica, Exodus, the big San Francisco Bay Area bands, there's a lot of publicity around them. So I'm sure it did help when he was in the band. Then that was 5-piece on that album. Then we ended up Rob Gonzo left the band, and Warren Conditi, who played guitar with me, we had two guitars on the Cult of One album, and it's actually one of my favorite guitar rhythm sounds that I have on that album.
Can you show that record?
Sure, Cult of One.
Cult of One, yeah, there you go. So what can we find out about Cult of One?
Cult of One, Rob sounded a lot like Pantera, the lead vocal. So like Phil Anselmo, and but there was another like more groove to that album, and not as much thrash. And because my songwriting was evolving again still, and changing over the course of time. Still not as popular as Power and Pain.
How did the hardcore Whiplash fans react to all of these changes over the years?
I think they were fine with it. I'm not sure, but it never had the popularity as the first album. None of them. But then Warren took over lead vocals on Sit Stand Kneel Pray.
Yep.
And on the cover, that's my daughter.
Wow, look at that. Some trivia.
Right. Yep, and she's down in Louisiana now with two children.
All grown up.
I'm a grandfather. The grandfather of thrash. And then Scaglione came back in the band for Thrashback. So we went back to three-piece when Tony Bono was still alive. Unfortunately, he's not any longer, so rest in peace, Tony Bono. And now I have Dank DeLong playing bass, and he is he's been with me for over 10 years now. And tonight we have Charlie Zeleny on drums, who's incredible, so professional, unbelievable. He's played in every state except 7 in the United States. And how many countries?
25 in November.
25 countries. He even played at the Olympics.
Look at that. And I think there was one other record in there somewhere that we did not.
Oh, Unborn Again.
Unborn Again.
Okay, yeah. That was the last release.
That's right. And what can you tell us about Unborn Again?
I like my leads on that, my guitar leads and the sound. And the songs also. I was really happy with that. And it was 3-piece again, back to 3-piece. And which we're still doing 3-piece, and I think the fans really appreciate Whiplash as a 3-piece band, and they really wanted my vocals back, so that's why I'm doing it, because it's what they want, and you have to give the fans what they want, because they're the ones that support you and keep it going. Without them, you're nothing.
In your opinion, what are some of your favorite Whiplash songs to play?
One of the new songs, Sword Meets Skull, which we're playing tonight here in Wisconsin, is one of my favorite songs to play live. Insult to Injury, the guitar lead on that song, we'll be doing that tonight. That's really fun. There's a song called This, off of the album, the reunion album with Tony Scaglione, Thrashback. That's another song where I love the lead on that song, and it's so much fun to play live. And yeah, a lot of the earlier stuff we still do. I would say 60 to 70% of our live set is from the first album, Power and Pain. And again, that's what the people want to hear, so that's what they're gonna get.
When you look back at your long career, 3 decades, almost 4 decades, what are some personal favorite moments?
The first European tour with Sodom was really eye-opening. Even before that, the first show that we did in California at Ruthie's Inn at Berkeley was amazing, because we played with Possessed, and they let us use their backline with Jeff Becerra and Larry Lalonde let me use his Marshall stack. And we went over to their manager's house, Debbie Abono, and we watched videos of the Possessed shows and the crowd going crazy, moshing, and unbelievable. We never seen anything like it before at the time, and we knew we were playing in the next night, you know, so it was very exciting. And then when we did the show and watching the videos, there was this one guy that climbed up to on top of the PA and dove to the crowd from
I think I've seen that.
30 feet high. And his name was Toby Rage. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us either, but that inspired me to write the song Stage Dive on Power and Pain, and the song is about him. I mean, it's his the legend. I could have also called it the legend of Toby Rage.
Definitely. On the opposite, what would you say are some regrets?
Let's see. Well, I probably shouldn't have taken 10 years off, but I decided to, you know, go into the corporate world and had children and became a family man. And now I've retired from the corporate world with enough money to buy a house cash and not have a mortgage or anything. So if it wasn't for that time taken off, I wouldn't be in the position that I am now to be able to play full time again.
Now, it seems like Whiplash was a lot more popular in Europe. You were able to tour there more regularly. Why was that? Why didn't the United States happen for the band?
I'm not sure, but actually, when you look at the statistics, we are the most popular in the United States. But I think people in Europe and including South America appreciate bands coming from the U.S. to play there, you know, and be there to perform for them. And one of my favorite things about playing live is seeing the people enjoying themselves and forgetting about all their troubles and just singing along, even if they don't know the words. You see their mouths moving, and you know, they just forget every bad thing, everything that's going on in their life, and they're just having a good time, and that makes me feel really good about it.
Finally, you've mentioned something about a new album eventually being released. So when should we expect that?
You know, I've been trying to get that out for a long time, but the album is going to be called Old School American Way, and 5 songs are finished, and we have 5 more that are nearly finished. They have to be edited, and then all 10 songs have to be mixed and mastered. And then it'll be done. We don't have any artwork yet, but yeah, at this rate, it's looking like it's going to be a while.
Thank you.
Thank you.